everyone. Welcome again to K Podcast. I don't know if you guys have been hearing, what Matt Rife have been up to recently. I mean, for a grown man to be out here after he done got his plastic surgery with a very nice chiseled, sharp jaw, going after a child, the fact that he looked like handsome Squidward and decide he's about to, go after a young child, a very, very young child around the age of 6, and think that it's okay is baffling. I mean, it speaks a lot to his character, it speaks a lot about him as a person and why he felt okay making those, comments that he made, call it comedy, by the way, which is a disgrace. Now, with that being said, so Matt has literally, stood so low because at this point, this is the person that tell women that women are too sensitive. See, I'm gonna say this: women, if any man come out here and be like women are too sensitive, the truth is men are more sensitive than women, and they try to mask that and be like, oh, it doesn't, try to project their feelings onto women, be like, oh, women are too sensitive. Meanwhile, men will start a fight for no reason at all. They will start a fight, they will start wars and everything for no reason at all, just because one person did something that upset them. But as a woman, you shouldn't, be upset for anything. You should be very patient and you should not allow anybody to upset you. But here comes a handsome Squidward deciding to go after a 6 years old child with no shame at all, not even. And the worst part of it is what he wrote to the child, literally telling this kid that the mom worked in OnlyFans. What a disgrace! I'm starting to think that's a projection. He probably wish he worked in OnlyFans. He probably does think he was the one that could work in OnlyFans because the projection was terrible, because the only thing he could do is do a little bit of a homework, look at this woman homepage on Instagram and see what kind of business the woman was doing. I mean, she does not give the look of a Instagram model something, so she does not give up that. She does not give up a look of somebody that would be in an OnlyFans. But some of these male out here, that's what I'm gonna call them, they are very whenever you say something to them, they project because sex is mostly whatever when they look at a woman, the only thing they can think about is intimacy, sex, all of that is just there and nothing else. Some of these men do not even look at women like human beings. It's just a play toy object, which is very, very disappointing. Now let me bring up this video over here. And another thing I wanted to add, there is this other girl that made another video, and she met one of these Matt Rives, fans, and this guy they were, engaging in a conversation. And I'm gonna say, ladies, you're gonna have to start reading the room, because first of all, if you hear a man, a guy, call a woman female, that is your cue to leave. That is that cue for you to leave, because that is not somebody you want to engage with. That is probably an incel or something. And I'm gonna say this: Matt Rife is gonna, if he's not careful, he's gonna ruin his reputation for himself, because he's gonna turn into all these podcast bros. I'm pretty sure he's already ruined his reputation, by the way, but he's gonna ruin it some more, because at the end of the day, he might turn into a podcaster. And like we've been seeing the last days, we've seen a lot of people get demonetized in this app that were in the red pill zone, especially for alpha male shit that they had going on and talking down on women. And at the end of the day, that is just, if he goes down that route, it's not gonna work for him, because at the end of the day, he might not be earning any money and he might actually destroy his own reputation. And do I feel bad for handsome Squidward? No, I don't. I really don't, because if he could stood so low, forget that he's an adult, and go into this woman's page and like literally reply to his 6 year old to her 6 year old son, it means that this man is not mature enough. And that's probably why his chin look like it does, because he cannot accept himself and love himself for how he was before, so he had to go change the face. and had that sharp line, chiseled chin over there, you know. Now let me bring up this video over here of this woman actually, saying what he did, how he got in, how they got into this whole thing.
6-year-old child online. Yeah, you heard me correctly. My 6-year-old child online. So,
Wait, let me play it from the starting. I don't know what is happening. Okay, there.
Matt Rife has decided to start beef with my 6-year-old child online. Yeah, you heard me correctly. My 6-year-old child online. So, my name is Bunny Hedaya. If you don't know me, Hedaya means gift. And this is my gift to you, reading Matt Rife to filth. Like Matt, I have a full female audience online. Although I like mine. I don't want the men. You can keep them. Please. I will gladly take your audience because we know you can't satisfy them anyways. This all started when his comedy special, which, if that's what we're calling comedy, the things he said that weren't even funny were posted on TikTok, and I started being tagged in them because everyone knows that my son is like a genius and he's really into space. I fiercely protect my child online. I'm not a family channel. People know his name, they know he likes space, they know he likes Minecraft, and that's pretty much it. Most people do not know any personal details about my child. And because of that, and because I have such a large audience, when I see people in person and when people see space clips, they tag me in them because they know that that's what he likes. This is the video that I posted.
Nothing to do with the stars, man. Just because Jupiter has a ring and you don't doesn't mean.
Is Saturn has rings, and it has more also, and you're mean to girls.
I am not the type of content creator that usually talks about other people or other things for views. I focus my content only on me because guess what, Matt? I'm interesting enough on my own. But I also didn't pay for my looks, so that's not really what people follow me for. You look to the video on here, you can see that all the comments were like, oh my god, he's so smart, he's so cute, like, oh my gosh, yeah, girl power. You, he's not tagged in it. I have no connection with him, and it was posted on a Netflix page. While you clearly took a lighthearted video and turned it into fighting with a 6-year-old, let's talk about the comments that you said about me. This is my IG where he left the comment, okay? Do I look like I don't even show my body? For you to assume that every single woman online.
That's the thing. This is the thing. It's kind of like an incel kind of mindset, an incel mindset. Set. Like it's giving that. And if you look at old photos from Matt Rife, you can see where that mindset is coming from. Not now that he's got all that sharp chin and all of that. Before, I mean, it kind of the way he sounds now matches his face before he changed it. The way he sounds now, the way Matt Rife carries himself right now, matches the way he looked before all the work, before his face, changed and everything. It matches that because if you look at his old face, nobody could literally, I don't think there would be any girl that would go, towards him. And mostly when you see men that are talking this way and you see them on podcasts, some of them are insults that talk this way about women, about domestic violence, about women, on women, or that are, being very, very petty. And it's giving that mindset. Now, I'm going to say this. He shouldn't have changed his face. He should have kept the same face because it does match his attitude before. It does match it. And another thing is, if any guys that are going out here, that are out here looking for girls and thinking they're gonna be fans of Matt Rife, let me tell you something. No woman is gonna want to date you either. It's gonna turn into this. And you remember how ladies used to, say, stay away from Andrew Tate fans. You're gonna be that guy that a lot of women are gonna be like, stay away from, Mac Rife fans. You're gonna be that guy because let's not forget the relationship pandemic that is going on right now. Because women don't want to date anymore. A lot of women don't want to marry. A lot of women don't want to date. And a lot of women are out here. We are out here telling single women, hey, somebody like me, I'm out here telling single women, if you want to marry, if you're somebody that is looking for marriage, then look for the top tier man. Do not lower your standard. I always tell them not to lower their standard. And Luckily for some women that don't want to marry, also, I also tell them stay alone if you want to stay alone. And there are more and more women that do come out here and tell women, hey, you are not supposed to lower your standard if you're looking for somebody, and if you can't find somebody, it's okay. And also, if you want to be single and child free, is okay. Giving other women confidence. There are other women out here doing that same work. You know, advising other women on how to be happy and low. Nowadays, have you guys never read the articles that have been going on? Is out here in the U is here in the UK, is everywhere. Nowadays, they've been doing surveys of the most happiest people. Now tell me why a woman would look at those articles that are coming out nowadays from those surveys that are saying lonely, like single women are the most happiest. There are two group of people that are very happy in the world right now. It's married men. Let's not forget, it's married men and single women. So where is the married women? Why aren't the married women on that list of happy people? Because there's no happiness to give. So married men are the most happiest people on earth, and single women. The same women that some men are out. Let me tell you something. At this point, I'm starting to feel like women bring joy to a man's life, and the men just at this point sometimes some men just bring misery with them. That's why married women are not on this tier of happy people. Because if marriage was so full of joy and all of that, and I'm not saying it's not, but if it was the truth, you would see married women in majority as happiest people, but they are not in that chart. It's not there. So that makes you think, that gives you the perspective on how things actually work. So single men are not happy. They are not on the list of happiest people. That says a lot. But single women, though, you see how it goes. It's the opposite. Single women are the most happiest women in the world. Happiest people, one of the happiest people with married men. It's like the women just went into marriage and gave their joy to the other person. So if a woman is out here saying she want to be single, I'm like, yes, be single. If a woman is out here saying she want to be child free, I'm like, yeah, be that. You get me? Now, let's finish this.
Makes money by showing their bodies, which, like, if that's what you do, girl, do you. Like, love it. I have never made a single dollar from a man. Audience is female, 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 female. And a little bit of the gays and nays. You can't accept the fact that people may like women for their personalities. No, we know you don't have one. You stick to circle jerking, the men that you need validation from, and I will gladly take your female audience that you so desperately want to get. No, it hurts.
I'll take the female audience too. Like out here, women are talking about we need female audience because we need women to listen to other women a lot, especially when it comes to all this inflation ship. Because it is not relationship anymore. Because many men out here are just dating women for just the lifestyle, and for them to be happy, just sucking out their happiness from the women. By the way, yeah.
Because I'm richer than you, and I didn't have to pay for a Forbes article to fake it. And I really wish you luck on what's left of your career, but keep my child's name out of your mouth. We can do part 2.
She said, I'm richer than you. And that is the truth. She's richer than him. And the fact that he literally went to that child's page and literally write, your mommy buys you things for the money your mom used to buy you Christmas things or something. So she makes from OnlyFans. That was a jerk move. That is somebody that has no, like I said before, his old face matches his attitude right now. He shouldn't have changed it. It kind of does match it. I don't know why he thought, fixing the face is gonna fix the attitude. And if you guys watch the interview that he did with some other guy, I don't watch his interviews, by the way, because the only thing he talks like the other ones, by the way. And he went to this interview, and I saw it on my TikTok for you page. I didn't listen to anything. I'm like, well, that says a lot. The kind of people that I understand where he's trying to gather himself some bros, and this is the funny part of it. A lot of men are starting to say he's not funny. A lot of men with brain that want to separate themselves from this whole situation as saying that he's not funny. The ones that don't want to be women to look at them somehow. Now, let me bring up this other video over here of this girl, going on a date with a Matt Rife fan. And Lord, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, I feel like when she had the word female, when you hear a man or a guy say the word females, you should just, girl, you don't need to explain nothing, just leave. So let me bring up this video over here.
Look, I don't understand why all these females are upset about a social media joke about domestic violence. Like, honestly, talk about something else. Get offended about
it was way more offensive than it was even funny. Like, it was middle school humor, and it was such a lazy joke. Like, he honestly sounds like he just wants men's approval. It's like giving pick me. Like, it's kind of pathetic, really.
Okay, first of all, I wish this was still the old days so I could slap you right now. Second of all, do not ever interrupt me.
That's not even. If you're being, I don't even care if you're joking. I'm actually okay with this. That's the craziest thing a man's ever said to me. I'm actually good with this. Say goodbye. I actually got a video of this, so.
You're not going to delete that video and come back.
That's crazy. I just want to make.
It's a command for me. He's like, delete that video and come back. Girl, you should have left that place when you had the first word female. You should have left there. Like, ladies, if you ever hear these terms from a man, leave. That is a red flag. That is not the man you're looking for. That is not your man. No. That is not. It is crazy. The way he spoke to her, like, I wish that it was like back in the days. First of all, she's a woman of color, which makes it even twice as worse. And I'm like, some people don't, okay, we didn't get to see what the guy looked like, but I'm like, you should mind your tongue. Some men are out here just opening their mouth, talking too much, and that's why they're single, and that's why they're out here crying about single women, and crying about women that are child free, and crying about women that want a stable marriage and a man that actually provides and have the money, because they don't have the money and they want to live with a woman that will pay 50% of her salary, 50% of her income for their own lifestyle, so that he can enjoy the benefit of having a wife, girlfriend, mother, caretaker as in the house to make himself comfortable. So that's why they be hating on gold diggers out here. If a woman say, I need a stable life, I need a man that makes more than that, and I need him to, I had a woman say she needed an alpha man, not the kind of twats that are online talk using the perspective of an alpha man. I was like, girl, I understand what you're talking about. There are men that owns company out here, like men that are doing that are owning houses, owning complex, owning businesses. Many of those men don't have time to be on the internet to listen to stupidity. And also many of those men are very focused on their business, and they have a different kind of mindset. You will not see them online talking anyhow, because that whatever they say, they understand. If they're aggressive or any kind of way that society would actually deem them unworthy, their business would actually fall. So those men that are that are in very high position know that they have to protect their image, and many of the time they have to mostly be aware of their surroundings. So I'm not saying some of them will not be out here abusing people, but they do it in the back, and they try to pay. If they are that way, they're paying hush money. Some of these men don't even have hush money to pay. And let's not forget, ladies, do not be with any man that is abusive. I don't care how much money he got. Let's not forget about that. Let's not get carried away. Let's not forget about that. It doesn't matter how much money he has. Do not be with a man like that. There are many men out here that have the same money, that are very rich and very wealthy, and don't treat women like trash. And if they go after a woman, that's the kind of woman that they find attractive. And another advantage with men that are very wealthy is that when they go after a woman, it is mostly a woman that they would go for. That is the dream woman. That's their dream woman. So they are not settling for second best. If they're coming after you, they're coming for their actual, the kind of woman that they actually desire. So
Make sure that I get to my car safely, because he was being really aggressive and weird.
Girl, you should have left when you heard female. Now, this is another video over here that baffles me. There is another video over here that really, really baffles me, because this guy just comes out of his room. His girlfriend, or I don't know, fiance, she had no makeup at all in her face. And he comes out, and I want you guys to look at how shocked she was, because she was out of words when he told her that she's ugly. Imagine being with a guy that you're dating and he comes out and he tells you, oh my God, you have not been wearing makeup for months, and trying to demean, put down your self-esteem. I'm like, girl, you better leave that guy. That the fact that you were speechless, this guy he will only get worse in time.
You've been unattractive as fuck.
Oh my goodness, God! Look at the way she's looking at him, poor baby. She's like, what did I do? Why is this mental? And the funniest part of this is he posted this on social media for clicks and giggles.
Why haven't you been wearing makeup the past couple months? Like, you've been unattractive as fuck the past couple months.
It's not bad enough that you decided to emotionally abuse your girlfriend and cut her down for her physical appearance just because she wasn't wearing makeup. You decided to then post it on the internet for the world to see and gain amusement out of it. You tore apart her physical appearance and caused emotional damage for what? For views? For attention? Let me be clear, what you did is not a prank. Don't try to lie to yourself and others by telling the world that it is. Causing emotional damage to someone that you claim to love just so that you can get more attention from the world is not okay to do. Let me break it down for you. She doesn't need makeup to look beautiful. She's absolutely stunning without it. You telling her it's a joke doesn't take away from the damage you just did. There are many other ways that you can gain attention. This was not the way to do it. Do you really want to be this kind of a man? Behind closed doors or in front of the lens? You really want to be someone who is an emotionally abusive person? That's exactly what you just showed the entire world that you're capable of being.
Yeah, ladies. And there is another video of this lady explaining why some of these men behave this way. I totally get it. You do not need to explain it to me, but I think some women might need to listen to this. So let me bring up this video over here. And this is the last video for the day. I don't know what is happening. I'm gonna have to look for the video again. I'm gonna have to check for it. So let me bring this down and try to, get the video again. I hope I find it. Oh, don't know if it's this or this. This one is. Let me see if it's this.
Like, you've been unattractive.
Okay, that's not the one that I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay. I'm gonna have to check for the video that I'm looking for. Let me see. Yeah, this is not the one either. So let me take this one down. This is not the one either. So
you later, this woman asked, I don't understand. So in my last video, I discussed how men use jokes to take your temperature so they can better manipulate you later. This woman asked, I don't understand why men just don't go to a sex worker. And I responded, it's about entitlement and hierarchy. Many men get off on tricking women and making them suffer. It's the only time they feel like they're above somebody. And also, a lot of men don't want to admit that they're so insufferable that they would have to pay somebody to sleep with them and tolerate them. And this person responds, well, yes, the S worker is just there for money. You guys know that. So then they can't, use the person emotionally and get off on it. This is the crux of the whole thing. And this is exactly why men, when they do regularly go to an S worker, all of a sudden they fall in love after a few visits and they're telling a woman, oh, quit your job, just be with me, I shouldn't have to pay. And they want to enter into this dynamic where they're like, oh, I'll take care of you. You don't need those other guys. It's all about control. A lot of men think that love, the word love means control. And as soon as they, feel a new exciting feeling in their pee pee, they have to control the person who gave it to them. And they feel uncomfortable unless, they're into financial domination or something like that, with the woman being an independent human being who, doesn't just respond when they snap their fingers. So that's why they say, oh, I want us to have a different kind of arrangement. Oh, I want you to be on call for only me. It doesn't matter. It's not about the money. It really isn't. The money only is there as a means of control, because it's not about being stingy. A lot of these guys will.
Okay, that's gonna be it for today because I want to stitch this video for another one. I'm gonna say this. Yeah, some of these brokies out here is or dusty, very dusty brokey men out here is about money because they're looking for who is gonna pay that house rent, share 50-50 custody for everything, pay for the house rent and all of that. See, ladies, I'm not gonna be the one to tell you to look for a broke person, a broke man to be in a relationship with. No, that's not over here. Now, what I'm gonna tell you is do your due diligence, you know, do your research, and I've already talked about where you can find some of these very uh good men and or wealthy men, not good, because you're gonna have to figure out if he's good or not. You don't want to go and mistakenly get into a terrible relationship. I'm gonna have to say, if you're going out with a man, study his behavior as well. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna say this: thank you all for being here once more. Do not forget to press that like button and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day and goodbye.